Saturday is nearly here and we simply cannot wait. The Valley will be absolutely rocking with the visits of Millwall. We're back in the Championship, the feel-good factor is still with us, but we'll be looking to kick on for the month of September. Lots, as ever, coming up in today's show. We will, of course, look in depth into Saturday's fixture against Millwall. We'll look at what has gone well and what hasn't in our look back at August. And we'll also take an in-depth look at the impact of summer signing Rob Apter. Well, we were pitch sides last month. We're up in the gantry now. Curbs, this is your stand.
Oh, no.
Have you ever been in the gantry though before?
No, never.
How are you feeling?
A little bit worried about Brownie because it's only a little fence, isn't it, Brownie?
No, it's only a little fence, and I've had to swap with Liz because he's scared of heights. Doesn't like thunderstorms. It's like a terrible day for you, isn't it, mate?
So just to let the viewers know, we were actually meant to start recording about 15 minutes ago. Liz came up here. He said, I'm sorry, with no backlift here, I'm not going to do it. So we've shuffled across. You feeling safe now, Liz, or what?
We're all safe now. At least it's not windy and rainy, is it?
Genius idea.
Tell you what,
Genius.
At least we're not pitch side. Can you imagine if we're pitch side?
If only they had a boardroom or something with no one in it, where we could just sit and record this show.
Actually, I've just been in there. There was no one in there.
Well, you've been up here a few times before, Brownie, haven't you, commentating on games?
Yeah. I'm normally sitting the other way, facing the other way, mine. But yeah, I don't mind it up here. But yeah, it's been a bit unlucky with the timing, I think, with the weather.
Yeah. Are you scared of heights generally, or you just need to lean back against something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Legs go, shaking, nervous, the whole lot.
Okay, well,
are you happy now?
Fingers crossed we will get through this okay, and 4 arrived and that 4 will leave as well.
Let's
and
hope
Will,
so.
the cameraman, of course. Curbs, how's your month been? We've missed you. I've not seen much of you, to be honest with you.
Been playing golf.
Judith, where have you been?
Been on holiday, playing golf, thinking about me and no one else. Been enjoying myself.
Why not?
We had a nice round of golf yesterday, didn't we? Although we got caught in this the last couple of holes.
A little bit monsoony yesterday, yeah, soaked, but enjoyable nonetheless, no?
It was.
Yeah, it was good.
It was very good indeed. And Liz, what have you been up to in the last month? Watching the boys?
No, I actually stay at home now. I'm quite tired of watching them play now, so I just sit down at home. They're all on telly now, so I can sit down and enjoy in my own company. So yeah, just chilling now.
Yeah, nice one. Okay, well, let's look ahead to what is a massive game, Curbs, isn't it? Millwall.
I know.
How much are you looking forward to it?
Well, you couldn't pick a better fixture, could you? You know, obviously the rivalry, etc., etc. I mean, they're an established Championship side. Let's give them that, and they're going to pack their end. I'm sure they might infiltrate a few other seats while they're at it, but it's going to be a cracking atmosphere. And I think 12:30 kickoff. If it was an 9:30 kickoff, it would be sold out. Everyone would be here.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it because I do feel we respond when that end is, when the Jimmy C stands full, the team responds because the stadium's packed and there's a good atmosphere, great atmosphere.
It is an early kick-off. I don't know what time the pubs are opening, but hopefully they're not open too much earlier. But what can we expect from Millwall? Because as Curbs rightly says, they are a very established side and, you know, trying to get into the playoffs, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they made a very shrewd appointment in Alex Neil. To be brutally honest, I think that the turnaround was quite quick under his management, and I think he makes them very, very difficult to beat. So they've always been hard working, a bit like us here. You know, they've been known for their hard working sides that they've produced over the years. They've gone back to that under Alex, and they're difficult to break down. But they're also a bit like us. I think they struggle to score goals. You know, on a regular basis. So you're expecting a tight game. Well, I am anyway. We'll see.
Liz, how much did you relish big derby games?
Yeah, I loved it. I think if you don't relish those games, you really shouldn't be playing football. And these players, I don't think they're going to quite experience this sort of game and the atmosphere, and obviously us being back in the Championship and them sustaining themselves in the Championship. But yeah, Millwall are a side that you never know what you're going to get from them. And a bit like us at the moment, you never know what you're going to get. We're hoping for lots of goals from us, entertaining game, and everyone gets home safe.
When was the last time we played them?
I think it was 12 games ago since we actually beat them, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, really? It's been a long time.
I'm
Was
Was
that in the snow? Their place?
Yeah, that was our last away win.
Well, we'll come on to that.
Yeah.
We'll come on to that a little bit. You might be able to hear some noise in the background, by the way. That's obviously people working here. We are here Thursday afternoon. They're trying to get the Valley absolutely tip-top, and I'm sure they will do in time as well. But Curbs, as a manager, how did you approach big derby games? Was it different, or did you try to be the same?
It's different. It is different, and you sense it building up to the game and just coming into the ground. There's a lot more people around than normal, but I think because we don't know too much about Millwall, they don't know too much about us, which is an interesting situation. Whereas obviously when you're playing the likes of West Ham, Arsenal, Tottenham, you know who you're up against, you know who you're going to be playing against on Saturday.
Yeah.
But these two teams won't quite know who they're playing against because it's the first time for some time.
Yeah, I mean the crowds from both sets, the atmosphere is going to be brilliant. How much will that help us?
Well, being a home side, it helps us enormously, but you've got to imagine the Jimmy Seed's going to be full, so there should be a cracking atmosphere. But I think from a player's perspective, you've heard from Curbs on the manager front, but on a player perspective, we've just had one London derby, but it's what I'd call a soft London derby. QPR are a side that you don't go into that thinking this is one that it's going to make a difference to the supporters. It's a London derby, so you want to win it naturally, but this one, with the communities that are so close together, the grounds that are so close together, and historically you've got, two sides that are close to the Thames. There's always been a little bit extra on this one. We were having a debate earlier, weren't we, about, I don't know if we're covering this in the show or not, but
I was going to ask.
I say Millwall is the one I'd want to win over Millwall Palace, and yet you speak to Gavin Carter, he's going, no, Palace, got to beat Palace. And yet I would say Millwall, as a player, I'd always want to beat Millwall.
Palace.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a bit of it's a personal choice. Yeah. But for me,
beat them both.
Yeah, well, and I'm sure you did. That's
That's the answer. For the record, I'd go Millwall. But anyway,
but it's a curious one.
Yeah. I understand why perhaps even the younger generation would go Palace. Liz, what would a win do for us against one of our biggest rivals? And let's not forget back-to-back defeats as well in the league.
Yeah, I think as Brownie just alluded to as well, we just lost our last, I know it's not a local derby, but it is against QPR. The manner of the loss as well, I think that will hurt the players as well. We was in the game for larger amount of the time in the game, so I think only having won one game this season, I think it's time that the lads, after having the international break, have had time to reflect on the games that we've had, time to settle down now, realise we're in the Championship and hopefully go out there and get 3 points that are important at the moment.
And Kurt, before we move on, have you recovered from your day out with Alex Neil yesterday? It was a good day. Did he let slip of any secrets?
I think they got one or two injuries, but I can't remember their names, to be honest. No, he done well. It was a charity dinner that a Millwall fan bought it. Well, he's not just a fan; he's a sponsor. His name's on the back of the shirts apparently. But he bought it and he asked me if I could bring Alex Neil, and never met him before actually, but he agreed to do it. So we done it yesterday afternoon. He had a good time, but. There was 9 Millwall fans plus him and me and Tim Hayes. That was it. So it was 10-2. But no, I mean, the fans, they were talking about the game. Yeah. They were talking, we can't wait for Saturday, we can't wait for Saturday. Yeah. They kept calling me a train spotter. I didn't know what that was.
I think that's what they affectionately call us, Curbs.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, they are Millwall, I suppose we'll take that. Look, Saturday's attendance is set to be the highest attended game between the two sides in more than 50 years, with around 23,000 tickets sold as we talk here on Thursday afternoon. It will mark the 5th consecutive league and playoff game that 20,000 or more have been in attendance at the Valley, which is the first time that's happened at Charlton since 2008. And Brownie, look, we've had promotions and been in the Championship since then, but it does feel a little bit different this time around, doesn't it? And the numbers seem to reflect that.
Yeah, I think there's a real positive energy actually, and it stems from the run last year, the back end of last year. I think fans can start to see that moves are being made behind the scenes by the ownership and the upper management here to improve all parts of the football club. The promotion came at a perfect time, I think. I think if you ask people behind the scenes, they'll say that it came maybe a bit early, but you take it. You take the promotion, you get in the Championship.
Doesn't feel early for the fans?
No, they were. Listen, we were all ready, weren't we? I mean, us more. As much as the fans as well, sitting there watching 5 years of League One football, and at times it was a struggle. So the promotion has come at a perfect time, I think, for people who are buying season tickets and coming up every week. But in terms of the stability behind the scenes and the foundations behind the scenes, it's probably come a little bit quick. The adjustments have had to be made super fast over the summer, as it did with the recruitment. And I think fans are the first to notice when things look like they're moving in the right direction. And I think they can all appreciate that money's been spent on transfers for the first, well, a lot of money's been spent on transfers for the first time in a long time, and they're seeing improvements around the valley. And all the noises that are coming out of the club are, regarding the training ground, regarding the valley, are all positive.
Yeah, I could just about hear you above the rain there in the background. It's brilliant. Well, at least we are covered anyway. It should be an absolutely incredible atmosphere here on Saturday. So please, if you can, bring your family, bring your friends, whatever. Just get behind Nathan and the boys. It is a massive game, and it would be a massive, massive victory on many levels indeed. Okay, now at our Wembley show, we made sure Liz was able to come on and give some balance, given that he's a legend at both Charlton and Leyton Orient as well. Liz.
I thought this was over, by the way.
No, it's not over, because you know what's coming. Look, you haven't played in this fixture, but you are the only member of the panel here that's played for both Charlton and Millwall. 20 games on loan there in 2010-11. How did you find it?
Yeah, it was all right. It was all right. I'm not going to lie, Brandy. I surprisingly had a really good time there. Played with Neil Harris up front, Morrison as well. So we had a really good team, and Trotter, so I made some good friends down there, and it was a time in my career that I needed to move on. And Millwall came in, and we almost got promoted that year, and I enjoyed my time there. Yeah.
How did the move come about?
We couldn't get in here. Couldn't get in the team here.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Thank you. Yeah, sounds about right as well. No, I was at Ipswich, and then obviously Roy Keane took over. Service is no longer required.
Say no more.
So I obviously got.
You weren't even here.
Short journey, no, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Not closer to home, but look, Millwall is one of those, go and test yourself. And one of the first things they said to me as a manager when I signed was, they don't care if you score goals, just make sure you run around and put a lot of effort in, and quite similar to my time at Charlton. So it was quite easy moving. Yeah, as I said, I enjoyed my time there.
Okay, well, you talk about easy move. I'm going to give you an easy answer to this question. Maybe it was a little bit more difficult, but we knew about who did you want to win between Charlton and Leyton Orient, really. So go on.
We're not even answering that, are we? Surely. I'm not even answering that question.
No. Good memories, I'm sure, and well done for doing as well as you did back in the day. Okay, now we've been talking about a packed covered end, so let's rewind to the start of the season and our first game back in the Championship then, shall we? Curbs, what a moment it was as well. It was a really tight game, wasn't it? But crucial to get that last minute winner.
Yeah, and there was no coming back as well, which was the great thing. Score just in extra time really, and the game's over. And it was. I think it showed us how tough this league's going to be. You're not going to be given too much, and if you don't defend properly, you're going to let goals in as well. So, every time you see the next fixture coming up, it's a big club.
Yeah.
Club that's been in the Premier League, or a really massive club and well supported. So every game, I think, is going to be a proper game this year.
It was a great finish from Harvey, actually. Could easily have, gone over the bar, but great technique and composure. How important psychologically was it to get off in the Championship after, 5-6 years out to get that victory?
Yeah, I think leading up to the first game, there was an anticipation, and I think we were in control of that game by and large. I thought their most dangerous player was kind of subdued by Joshua Edwards, and I felt like it was just, could we score a goal? And I think that certainly in these early stages is where we're going to struggle, is converting the opportunities we make, or it seems that way anyway. And it was nice to see that it was a set piece that undone Watford. Actually, I thought the header back from Lloyd Jones was superb. It was right on that byline. He's knocked it right into the path of Nibs, and it's a decent finish. It was a composed finish. You could have easily swung at that and gone for power and got it wrong. So I said on the day that the difference between 3 and 1 was more than the 2 points. It was massive for everybody in the stadium. It was massive for the players, and actually, we went on to put on 2 very, very good performances. I don't think we've got the points we deserve up to this point. I thought QPR was probably our weakest performance. It still wasn't poor, but I thought we were unlucky not to convert, against Bristol to win that one, and we should never have lost to Leicester. I thought that was probably our best performance, actually. But yeah, I just think it was important to start off on the front foot, but we've kind of had a reset since then. And Saturday's game is I think is quite important that we get back into winning ways.
Yeah, Liz, I mean, Harvey obviously got the goal there coming off the bench, but the new signing that's really caught the eye, would it fair to say, is Rob Apter?
Yeah,
How well he's done.
Yeah.
He scored against QPR, voted Charlton's Player of the Month by the supporters.
Yeah. I mean, he's come into the side and he's fitted in well. Obviously, the manager's seen him play, and he seems to have bought into everything the club's doing. He's driving into the box, and I think it's important that he got off and got a goal to start off with, and he just looks confident. He looks like he's one of those that could take the game to the other team, and there's no fear in him. So yeah, I think he's a player. I actually had Nibs as my player of the year.
Did you?
I think I'm going to change it now because
Oh, for the Player of the Year, yeah, okay.
Player of the Year.
okay.
I think he looks like one of those. Looks confident on the ball. Looks like he's going to get shots off, and yeah, I think he's going to be a real good asset for us this year.
And Brandy, I know you wanted to talk about him, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing all the positives of what he brings as a forward player. He's obviously in a wing-back position. He obviously wants to be in the final third as much as he can. What I love about him is when he doesn't need asking twice to deliver. It's half a yard, he delivers, and that allows people to make the runs in the box. There's no dilly-dallying. I like the fact he goes on the outside as well. We've seen a couple of right foot crosses, and you're sort of led to believe that that's a weakness for him, and it certainly isn't. He's delivered both ways, inside and out. The goal I thought was a bit of a Lisbie goal, off the shin and into the ground and into the far corner. So
He resents that remark.
It's a modern day player, doesn't it? All left foot playing on the other side.
Yeah.
So you haven't got to beat your full-back to get the cross in.
But he can go down the outside, can't he?
It's a bit like John Robinson.
Yeah,
on
exactly
the
like
left-hand
that.
side,
Yeah.
checking back on his right foot, better cross with his right foot, but he could go down the line. So it gives the full-back all sorts of problems.
Yeah, definitely. Now, the one thing that Charlton will be looking to improve on is taking our chances. And Brownie, the biggest example of that, and perhaps you touched on it a little bit there, was the Leicester game, where all the stats suggested we should have won the match, but the one bit of real quality came from Leicester. I slightly disagree with you in the sense that I don't think we deserved to win, but I definitely don't think we deserved to lose. I was working on this game for TalkSport, and it was this one bit of brilliance. And I felt in the first half Amari was coming over and helping Josh out, and in the second half he was being left on his own. Still a bit kind of like, okay, shoot from there and you're not going to score, and he did. But I just thought there were several occasions actually where if you're coming up against, and they will be this season, very good wingers, someone's got to get across, coming inside, talking to him. If it's not Amari, then the midfielder coming across as well.
So that example there, as we're watching the footage, I think Doherty, who is pretty good defensively, sound as a pound, I think he could have done. Like I'd rather the ball got slid into Doherty's midfielder and Doherty doubled up on Edwards in that instance there. It's easy when you're watching footage back to say that, and in the moment it's difficult to recognise and do because you don't expect him to flip in. It was in a 1 foot space in the far corner.
Yeah, the issue was his touch was perfect.
Right.
So it doesn't give him time to come across.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
for me, I thought we were too deep, and so we've got to have a higher line, so therefore you can get across quicker, whether it be a Greg, whether it be a Murray. And you sometimes you're coming up against former Premier League wingers now in this division, where the fullbacks will need help.
Yeah, and also if they rewound that end of that clip to the right at the start, it was a wonderful move from Leicester. But like I swear to you, when you do an analysis, I think it's Carey goes to shut down. Right, and if he's a yard to his left and he shuts down from that angle, that ball doesn't get played into the midfielder, which splits us and allows him to turn and switch play down to the right-hand side. It's a brilliant move from Leicester, but when you highlight it, it just goes to show you've only got to be half a yard out in how you press and what angles you press at for the opposition to expose it. And we did it really, really well on the day, and he didn't even really get it wrong. It's half a yard he's gone at, and it's amazing the fine lines,
You've got a left-sided player playing on the right-hand side who can go both ways, and it is the modern-day wide man now.
Yeah, it's a nightmare for fullbacks. I noticed no one's actually said, Liz, that's one of your goals. Honestly.
No,
did they not remember the Liverpool hat trick?
left foot, that's why.
saw your left foot shot the other week.
Me personally, looking at that, I think that's just a good goal. I know.
Yeah,
I know
you're a striker.
Yeah.
So and
It's a great goal.
And it is a
It's
good
a
goal.
great goal
It
from
really is a
attacking,
good goal,
but defending,
Yeah.
I felt Josh needed help there, and someone should have come across.
Yeah, and I slightly, disagreed. I thought there was enough time for Doc to come across, right?
But then he leaves his man, and then
Yeah,
his
but then
man's free.
I'm saying it's safer to go into a midfielder because the shot and the cross is coming in from a more central area. That guy's driving us into our penalty area, which does open up the goal for a shot. If Doc comes across, it goes back to a midfielder. It's further from goal and central. But everyone's different, Kev. You know that. Every coach and every philosophy is different. So it's just how that manager and how the team set up and how they want to play.
Yeah, but we didn't deserve to lose. Set pieces will look dangerous. We need to do a little bit more in open play, but it's not easy stepping up. We need to remember that. So we talked about Liz's memories of Millwall. We all have our own memories of Millwall. Do you mind if I
No,
have a go as
indulge,
well?
please, because it's
Is
a good
that
one.
right?
It is
So
a good
we have
one.
to go all the way back to the 88-89
I don't
season.
think I was alive then.
So Lenny's giving, this is my full league debut at the Den. I'm not just saying it, after 2 minutes, this skinny, spotty 17-year-old kid who played left midfield went in late on Terry Hurlock after and got booked.
Yeah, I can
Even-
only assume you didn't know what you were doing.
Even my own teammates looked at me and went, "You're on your own here, son." And do you know
Let's
what
see how this
happened?
ends. Let's see how this ends.
Well, so 20 minutes in, Keith Stevens, aka Rhino, that says everything, came in late on my hip. Nowadays it'd be sending off in a 5-match ban. Then it was a yellow card. It was a yellow card. It was enough for a yellow card back then.
Must have been terrible.
But
When you think about it.
Yeah.
When you think about it, in the 80s,
I
yellow
had-
card.
I had stud marks on my hip for about 18 months. But for me, it's a badge of honour. I loved it. I used to show
Is that
all
learning
my
curve
mates.
as well for you?
I loved it. Well, yeah, you don't go in late on
So
Terry. You don't go
the
in
only
near
other
Terry
mark he
Hurlock.
had on him was a grass burn.
Yeah.
So go on. What were you
Out
saying?
for a month.
That's bang out of order.
He's out of order.
I absolutely loved it. My other one was the following season, actually. So it would have been, 89-90 season. And this was in December as well. So this was my first ever senior goal.
Oh,
Ended up being a draw.
oh,
Oh, isn't it?
play on.
Yeah.
Some goal from there, geez.
No. So we went.
Maltz, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a good run, obviously. This is obviously back at Selhurst.
Look at that crowd.
That's Selhurst.
Yeah. Selhurst. So Bob was in fine form, I have to
from
say.
Well,
And
I'd
then-
love to have zoomed in on the Nashers there.
So keeper's on
Peaky?
top for sure. That was Peaky.
Yeah.
He was my pro. He used to clean his boots.
Oh, hang on.
We're trying to get Peaky down, actually. He's a teacher in Leicester.
Okay.
There.
I bought his car off him as well. That was my second car I ever had. Now talk us through this goal, Liz.
Oh, great first touch. I'm not sure about the finish.
What do you mean you're not sure about the finish?
Was you going for the near post?
Of course I was going for it.
That's a miss kick, isn't it?
Bang out of
It's gonna
order.
cost
Bang
the
out of
ball.
order.
Tell the surface that as well.
Bang out of order.
It was a wonderful first touch. I'm
Thank
not
you
sure
very
about
much.
the finish. Not sure about the finish.
Honestly.
Secure the point, mate.
Secured a point. Should have been all three, really. Should have defended better on the set piece. Go on, we didn't get you sort of say you should have done that. And
No.
but then his shirty or whatever, you can't say anything again.
Yeah. Nicest man in the world.
Anyway, I've got decent memories about Charlton Millwall anyway. Okay, should we talk about the goal of the month? Have a look at them? Yeah? So here's the goal of the month. The lads decide. I get the deciding vote. If it's a draw, let's have a look at the goals.
United look to break. That's a disappointing pass. Fuller steals in and Fuller's going to have a go for goal and score. Well, the 18-year-old has been much talked about. A quality delivery required from Connor Coventry. And he gets it. And that is surely the winning moment delivered by Harvey Nibbs.
Nice cross, good header. Well, very on the mark again against Stevenage.
Tell you what, some good goals there. I tell you what as well, I'm having that music.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost a bit Ibiza-like.
okay.
on the beach.
Yeah, I've never been.
I saw you. Nice. Anyway, goal of the month. Who are we going for? Curbs?
I'll go for the young boy with a free kick, Ed Thomas.
Ed Thomas?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a shock. You, free kick.
No, I mean, we are looking from far away as well.
He liked the second goal, but he couldn't see who it was. So
No, I like the free kick.
Do you need to borrow your glasses?
I like the free kick.
Ed Thomas, okay. Liz, who are you going with?
I'm going to go Fuller.
Fuller, Ibrahim Fuller, the
Yeah.
first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great finish.
That's-
I
yeah,
think.
cut
He's
inside
cut
and
inside,
try.
and I think it looks like the keeper's made a mistake, but in actual fact, the ball does move just at that last moment. Great strike. He's 18 as well. First
Okay.
of many.
Have you coached him?
Oh, hopefully I will now.
Brown dog?
well, I was going to go Fuller.
Oh, no, just do it then.
No, I was. But then I thought it was a bit cheeky because I've obviously picked him as Young Player of the Year, and it looks like I'm being a bit sneaky. But I like the
I'll go
last
with who you
goal.
want.
No, I want to give you a choice to make.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with Goff at the end because he's by trade a centre half. He's playing in midfield. He's broken the lines there to score at the back post, and it was a wonderful team move actually. So I'm going to go for Goff.
Okay, so that means I've got to decide in vote.
Free.
And I'd already decided.
Oh,
My goal, again, my favourite goals are someone going past 4 or 5 players. Then it's a team goal, then it's a great strike. So no one went past 4 or 5 players. I'm going with Keenan Goff as well. So Keenan Goff, you are our goal of the month. Congratulations.
Curbs ain't happy. He's not happy about that.
More real. But he's player.
Okay, now Saturday's game will be, derby game will be the second derby of the week, and that's because Charlton women kicked off their 25-26 campaign with a 1-0 win over Crystal Palace here on Sunday. Emma Bissell got the winner for Karen Hills' side, who travelled to Durham on Sunday before the visit of Ipswich to the Valley on September the 21st. And a reminder, if you can't get to the women's games this season, all of them will be available to watch live on the league's official YouTube channel. Now, the transfer window slammed shut, always slammed shut.
Yeah,
isn't
always
it?
slammed shut.
Always slammed shut. This time on September the 1st, with the Addicks being able to bring in the right-sided defender James Bree on loan until January. Now, Brownie, it was a position that Nathan wanted to strengthen, and James, a player that he knows very well.
Yeah, obviously come across him down at Southampton, but I mean the clips that got shown, he's obviously technically a very good player. I mean, takes free kicks, and there was a couple of free kicks in there that found the back of the net. But yeah, I think when you're in a bit of a spot, if you're in a bit of a spot as a manager, Curbs can answer this more than I can, but I guess it's better, Curbs, to go for familiarity than take a risk on someone that you don't know, because you know their personality. Yeah, in a loan.
Can't lose.
Well, yeah,
in a way.
I mean, obviously, if it doesn't work out with the player and he's not playing, then you have the thing with the club, because, you know, the reason you're loaning him is because you're going to play him. But like, if it goes against it, that he doesn't play, then you fall out with that club, you might not get another loan. So that's the way it goes.
But he's got a lot of experience in the Championship, and he's had Premier League experience as well. I mean, that's key off the pitch, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, for me, we're going to need people that have been around this league and understand it and know what they're up against. You know, it's a totally different situation, the Championship. I looked at it the other day, the teams in there, it's like a Premier League 2, really. It's like a Premier League B, isn't it? And, you know, every game you look at has been like past Premier League teams or really big teams, as I said earlier. Every game's going to be full on.
Okay, we looked at the summer window in last month's show, and since then a number of players have gone out on loan. And Brownie, a lot of them have gone out on loan, but it's really important that these lads get regular football, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you're sort of caught between the devil and deep blue sea, because these guys need senior football, but it makes your 21s really young. You know, you're pushing 18-year-olds now up into the 21s, and these guys do need to go out and play men's football. There is no two ways about it. You know, once you get in and around a first team and you maybe get a game or two and you come out, and then the squad sort of gets you know, bigger in terms of bringing in players in the window, and these guys suddenly become on the fringes. It's difficult to go back to 21s football when you've been in and around a first team. So you need to get them out, and they need to play men's football. You know, I think if you're a scout looking in, and you see a 20-year-old and he's had 6 games in the first team, you're always a bit sceptical. You are. It's just natural. You just go, why has he only played 6 games at the age of 21? And so I think if you've got a backup there and someone's going to play 30 games somewhere in League One, League Two, at least you can say, well, they've got a big squad. He's gone out. He's played men's football, and you give those scouts an opportunity to see him in the environment that those scouts will probably purchase him into.
But also, Bernie, 10 players going out. You've got to get some out. The training ground ain't big enough. And secondly, you've got some disenchanted players. At least the ones that have come in, hopefully have come in with lots of enthusiasm. The ones that are not going to be involved, and they know they're not going to be involved, can bring you down, bring the squad, the training down a little bit. So yeah, he's brought a lot in, Nathan, but he's got a lot out as well.
And manageable sessions, you know as well as I do, and you take them, is that when you've got 30 players and you want to do a session maybe with 18 in it, you've got a lot of players there that are working somewhere else and
Bomb
not with
squad.
well, as we I mean that one again.
No one wants to be in the bomb squad, do they? But Michael and Bick has gone out to Colchester, so on loan with your boy, of course, and it sounds like he's impressed in training.
Yeah, I actually watched the game. He came on for I think 15, 20 minutes at the end, and he's going to learn a lot from that division because it is physical, and there's a few moments in the game where you think, well, if you've played a little more league games, you'd understand what's coming, and he didn't understand, but
he will.
He will, because he's a big lad, and from what I hear from my boy, he's a humble young boy as well, and he's gone down to League Two to learn how to play men's football, and I know for sure he can physically handle himself from what I hear. So the experience will be good for him. I think it's really good that you're sending an 18-year-old to a League Two club, and I'm sure he will play games, and I'm sure when he comes back, because I'm sure his aim is to play in our first team, that he will learn from his experiences.
Yeah, it will toughen him up, it will toughen them all up, whatever the size and that, once you start playing men's football. Okay, with the addition of James Bree and the loans out, let's have a look at the squad list then, shall we? And Brownie, Nathan said he was very happy with the summer window, adding quality, athleticism and pedigree. How do you see the squad and the balance of it?
Yeah, I think we've been a little bit unlucky with Matty's injury. I think Matty would have been, a perfect foil if he's not starting, come off the bench. He would have had that experience, that little bit of movement. But yeah, I think we've done some great business in a very short space of time, and that's what I would highlight to everybody who looks, on from the outside into the Lions' Den, is that it's not easy to do the amount of business that Charlton Athletic have done in the space of time that they've had to do it. And ultimately, sometimes when you're rushed, you take risks, and that's part of life. But by and large, I think he's pretty much got everything he wants to get in, Nathan, now. And by the looks of the loan sign, he's got people out that he wants to get out. So he's over the moon. I think there's strength in depth. The only thing I'd like is Matty Godden fit, to be honest with you, to give yourself that little bit of experience up there. But
my prediction of Player of the Year, so I need him fit.
Sure.
I just look at it. It is a big squad. It is a big squad, but I think the area where we really got to look at is you need Miles Leaburn fully fit, especially with Godden out. We need Miles firing basically, and let's hope that he stays fit and he can show us the potential that he's got, because we don't look that strong up there without Godden as well, so we're going to be relying on Miles a little bit, I think.
My worry, would be inexperienced strikers. I think you need at least one who's proven at in this level, who will score goals, and will score goals, who will understand the games. Just worry a little bit in terms of a lot of strikers probably haven't done it at this level for a long period of time. And then when you're not scoring goals, who's going to step up and be that person who's going to take the mantle because they've done it before? That may be worrying, but you're hoping that the boys, get some goals and then they get the confidence and they hit the ground running.
Sorry, Benny, just on that, you've been there, you've been in that position as well. What advice would you give it? And is it a psychological thing? Is it a technical thing?
It's funny because if you've never done it before, you've never done it before.
Yeah.
So you go to Leicester away, and then you go to QPR away, and you're on top of the game, and then you get one chance, you miss it, and all of a sudden you've got to sort of eliminate that, and then you've got to go again and deal with it when you get in the change room rather than on the pitch. And none of these have done it before at this level. So it then boils down to character, a little bit of character, and having the balls to say, you know what, I'm going to step in front of goal again, and I'm going to miss. I'm going to keep on missing till I get that chance. And most importantly, putting yourself in goal-scoring positions. I think sometimes as a striker, when you miss a chance, you don't even want to make that run anymore. So I think it's so important that you just keep on putting yourself in front of the goal, and even if you keep on missing, just one will come off your shin, and then obviously that gets you rolling, and then your confidence is up.
That's why they pay the strikers the big bucks, because you need the
keepers
big
now, eh?
cajones, I think we can say. Anyway. Were you going to say something, Brandy, or not?
Just about patience. I think we've signed Charlie Kelman, and there needs to be a degree of patience. And we all know that when you go to another club, there's a settling-in period. Sometimes it happens really quickly for players. Sometimes you need a little bit of time. You adjust to a different way of playing. He's come from Leyton Orient to us, and I think there's a slightly different style. So there needs to be a degree of patience, and Charlie needs to settle in. But there's, he's proven that he can score goals. He's making a step up to the Championship, so there's definitely more to come from him as well. And Liz has made a great point. We're going with Miles listen.
I can put the invoice in there.
You've got 2 academy products starting in the Championship, proving themselves in the Championship. And if people think that they're going to hit the ground running immediately, that would be great if they did. But these are 2 young players, applying their trade in the highest league they've played in up to this point. So they're going to have to be making adjustments as well. And Kev's right, just get yourself in the right areas to score goals. If you're missing, at least you're getting chances. It's criminal. The worst thing is when you're not getting chances and you're not putting yourself in a position to score.
Yeah. Let's have a look at the upcoming games we've got then, shall we? Because we talked about Millwall, of course. Sheffield United away, Blackburn at home, Derby away, and then in October, just before the international break, there's also Preston away. I mean, on paper, it actually looks very difficult, but this is a good time to meet Sheffield United and Derby, isn't it?
Yeah. That's what I said earlier. Look at the names.
Yeah,
you just look at the size of the clubs that we're going to be playing against week in, week out. I mean, let's get the first one out of the way first.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but in terms of the September fixtures, I mean, Sheffield United have had the most horrendous start possible, and Derby are right down there as well, and won't do better than top of the bottom half. So
I don't think Blackburn have had a great start
no,
either.
I just think it's a great opportunity for us.
Yeah, it would be lovely if we could springboard into those other 3 with a result Saturday, because I think there is a little bit of nervousness. I said I don't think we've got the points we deserve, but we are actually now on a run of 3 straight defeats. So we need to address that as quickly as we can. It would be superb if we could do that Saturday for many, many reasons, just not for confidence. But I think if you can springboard into Sheffield United, if they were to lose again, that really is a melting pot of pressure when they go back to Sheffield and play us.
We beat Millwall on Saturday. That's like 3 wins, though,
isn't it? It's look, without heaping the pressure on, as a group of players, if you beat a Millwall, if you beat a Palace, it does mean, whether we like it or not, it means 5 times more than beating just
it's
a
more
regular
than 3 points, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. You're going into work on Monday, and I don't have the current crop quite understand. You're going into Monday and you're walking in with your chest up. You're giving your work colleagues stick. They're not giving you stick. There's only a couple of miles between the clubs, or 3 or 4 miles, or whatever it is, and the communities are mixed. And there is a lot of stick that goes on between Millwall and Charlton, and it's one of those ones where it is worth more than the 3 points, for sure. Yeah, no pressure, lads. But you've got to know, this is, to me, it's the nearest team. You've got to take it on the chin, and you've got to work hard. You've got to look your opponent in the eye, and you've got to outwork him, outfight him.
And also, you can't do anything silly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get yourself wound up. You can't go crashing into people. Well, you could, but you can't. You've got to make sure.
Like the young Minto did.
Yeah, absolutely. Go and kick Rhino and upset everybody. But no, you've got to do it properly. And the last thing you want is to go down to 10 men and that. But I just think that the players will realise coming into the ground. I know it's an early kick-off and that, but they will realise what the game.
They'll feel it.
Yeah, what the game's about.
Amazing, isn't it? The Blackburn game will be our first 3 o'clock home kick-off. Amazing.
From a selfish point of view, it's the one after that. 8 o'clock away at Derby on a Tuesday night.
Oh, he's lovely.
Oh,
nice place, Derby. What's the matter? What are you trying to say about Derby? Big club?
Comms, isn't it? Comms 8 o'clock at night. Coming back on the motorway at 3 in the morning.
He's changed, hasn't he?
Could the
He's
Football League
changed.
not work around your
I'm
schedule?
not happy, Kev.
Complaint if we go
They have not thought about my sleeping patterns at
So
all.
you've got to get up early Saturday. That's a blow, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, now it is EFL Youth Development Week, and what better way to start it than to see Ezri Konsa, of course, scoring his first international goal for England this week. And Curbs, I mean, it's a really proud moment for Ezri, but a really proud moment for Charlton as well, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, the situation in the club at the time, selling club, that's the way it is. There's quite a few of the boys that have left here and gone and done ever so well. And he's definitely one of them, and yeah, I think people involved in, you know, the apprentice level, academy level, would be really proud watching that. You know, they've developed him, and he's gone through, and now he's playing for the country.
And scoring, it looks like it could be him and Mike Gahey going forward. We'll have to wait and see whether that's the case or not. Liz, a word on TC as well. Made his first 2 international starts for Jamaica during the international break.
Yep.
And that would have been incredible for him, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, and the good thing about it is for him is it looks like, I don't want to jinx it, that we are going to make the World Cup.
Don't say it.
I know,
say that.
I know. I'm going for it though.
And my mate Trev Sinclair, of course, is assistant manager.
Yeah, he is. I know. Yeah,
Keep in touch with him regularly.
I mean, I'm with them. I'm with them all the way, and it's great to see one of our own playing for Jamaica. And listen, he could quite easily say, look, I'm not going to go. Do you know what I mean? It's easy to turn down playing for Jamaica and in hopes that something else will happen. But to represent the country that your parents is from means as much as the country that you're born in. So I'm sure his parents would have been over there. I'll be over there if my kids were over there. So
I'd be over there if I got the invitation. Don't worry about that.
I bet you would, but not to watch the game.
no, I'd watch the game as well. But how proud were you, though?
Oh yeah, I mean, I remember we played Nigeria here. It was one of the best days of my life. Like I had about 100 tickets, and when you hear the national anthem, and you know how much it means to the Jamaican people and my parents as well, and all my relatives, it was an unbelievable day, and I'm sure it will be for him as well.
How did you get on that day?
Lost.
Did you score?
No.
Okay.
But I enjoyed the day.
Quickly moving on. Brownie, head of youth partnerships. We've seen Nathan Jones praise the likes of Micah and Big, Ibi Fuller and Alan Mwamba as well. How excited are you with the talent that we've got in what is? I mean, it's a fantastic academy, isn't it?
Yeah, and it produces players year in, year out, and I think it's becoming more and more difficult. The EPPP sort of taking care of that. It's given the Category 1 sides carte blanche to take players at early ages, and I think you'll find that, you know, without me looking into it in depth, that we're losing players at young ages because the Cat 1 sides can come and pick a player out and they take a risk that they're going to get them for, say, 200,000, 300,000. That's their risk. And generally you sort of get sell-on fees and that with them, but the risk, the hard part of producing players in our academy is that Everton, Man City, Liverpool, anyone really that's Cat 1 with money can come and take your players at any stage, and I think we're losing players at earlier stages, which makes it even more difficult for our academy. But
Didn't have that trouble in the late 80s, did we?
No, but so, you know, in the late 80s, if you look at what was produced, they all got into championship sides and then Premier League sides. You know, our academy's been strong for a long, long time, but we are getting to a point now where we're a Cat 2, we are in the championship, so it is going to become increasingly difficult to get players through and into a regular championship side. So, you know, it's one of those ones where if we weren't to produce a couple of players for Euros, it is understandable, but the conveyor belt is very, very strong and always has been.
Yeah. There'll be plenty of coverage of Youth Development Week across the club's channels next week. Okay, we've talked about Liz's Millwall's memories. We've talked about mine as well. Curbs, Brownie, your turn. You asked a question at the top of the show as well. Look, we're going to go back to the 95-96 season as well. Firstly, at the Den. Yeah. December 95. You talked about the snow. Yeah. Do you remember it?
Kim Grant, was it?
Yeah, Kim scored.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Mike and Mum was in goal, and I think they had an American keeper as well. It was the first time the fixture had 2 American keepers in it. Wayne Casey Keller.
That Casey Keller?
Yeah. So that and Mike was the last goalkeeper to win away against Millwall, and it was, you know, he's got grandkids.
Did Kim try to jump out of the way?
He did, yeah, but that was, I mean, first of all, Granty in the snow, jumping out of the way.
A penalty.
It doesn't look good, does it?
Surprised he turned up.
Does Bo get sent off? Did he get sent off in this league, Bo?
No, I don't think we should have done that. We just got.
I think he got sent off.
He did get sent off.
He
did got sent off.
Yeah, but I think Granty. Yeah, listen, it was a good win.
What a team!
So with 10 men, awful conditions, but you got the win, Curbs.
Yeah, and I think you know, Phil Chappell got injured, and I had to drive him home because he couldn't drive. He came off with a bad knee. Got completely lost coming out of it. He lived in Cambridge somewhere.
You had to go
before sat-navs.
Through the tunnel, it was free. It was free.
There's no sat-navs in the Curbishley household.
I had to chuck him out in Cambridge and then try and find my own way home. No, it was a big win for us. That was a big win because
surely Merv could have done that, no?
I mean, Merv was here, didn't he?
Merv was here. No, it was me and Gritty, I think.
Yeah,
me and Gritty won it.
Mick McCarthy described his side as a soft touch after that. Yeah. So Mick McCarthy doesn't want his sides to be calling inside
That,
that.
and that's the worst thing you can do in one of those London derbies is come out and say your team's soft.
Absolutely, absolutely. On to the second game between the two sides. That season, in fact, it was. And Stevie Brownie was included in this one.
96.
And what a goal to start
Did he start?
this
Oh,
game
come on.
off as well.
No, long throw.
Do you remember
Oh,
this?
no, short throw. Oh, look, what a throw in.
Who's that? An assist.
Good header.
Listen,
Oh, yeah.
Who's
Bowyer
that?
again, innit? It's Bowyer,
Bow,
yeah.
yeah.
Listen, he could do that for fun. Arriving from midfield, scoring goals. It's probably what many
Great
things
header.
got him his move, but he
Of
could
course.
do this
What
very,
finish that
very
is?
well.
That's left foot as well.
Yeah, Bow was half decent.
Half
He plays it down, but he was a very, very good player.
Yeah. Curb, do you remember much about this one?
No.
I remember nothing about this. Don't even remember playing. Seriously, no idea. Don't know what the score is. Couldn't tell you.
That was a great
Well,
cross.
I can tell you,
what a
Carlo,
touch.
have a look
Take
at
your
this.
time, Carlo.
It was a great cross, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Is that
won
you,
the ball
Bernie?
back again. Kept possession. Yeah, little outside of the right. Kept possession again.
In the channels, that
Was
was,
that just a
it?
kick it in the corner?
That wasn't my fault. We should have held that up.
Brandy, you got to go to him there, mate.
He's got wound up there, Bo, isn't he?
I'm on top of it, pressing high up the pitch like Nathan likes.
Oh, what's he doing on his own?
It's a great header.
Great header.
Anyway,
Who's the big man at the far post? No one's picked him up. Well, he ain't going
He's
to
on his
listen there,
own, look.
Carlo, is he?
Look, who's marking him?
That's ridiculous, man. It's good movement.
Great, man, great header.
How can you convince them football was better back then? When you
Yeah, I know what you say. Yeah. Go and have a header.
In general, Curbs, how did you find playing against Millwall?
Obviously, I understood the rivalry, but it was West Ham Millwall as well, wasn't it? There was a little bit going on there. But the only time we had trouble, I think Mick McCarthy was the manager, and he played a diamond, and no one was playing that sort of thing. Do you remember?
I do. Malcolm Allen played the tip of the diamond. We couldn't get near him.
We didn't know what to do. Ian Dawes was a fullback bombing on and whatever. And that was the first time that someone had really changed the way, the shape of a team. It was 4-4-2 or 3-5-2 or 4-3-3. But this was a diamond. And like you're trying to, you come up against it just once and you're trying to do it. So Mick come up with something there and that was a good side then.
Yeah, they were a very good side. Be nice if another Lee Burns scored
Yeah,
this weekend.
yeah, lovely.
Yeah. Probably could be Mark though, and he won't be standing by himself anyway.
No, he definitely won't be
You
standing
think
by
Carlo will
himself.
remind him? He'll remind him of that header.
He probably will. So, looking ahead then, final thoughts. I mean, how important do you feel the fans will be and how good will the atmosphere
I
be?
think it's going to be a terrific atmosphere. I think that we talk a lot about the old days and perhaps too much, the crowd at the time, Premier League stuff and whatever. This is going to be a proper game.
I think it's good to remember.
No, but I think this is going to be a proper... This is how it was, the atmosphere. I think whoever comes here on Saturday, some of the owners might turn up on Saturday that haven't really seen an atmosphere like this, and it's going to be proper, and I hope we respond and get the result.
It'd be interesting to know if they understand that the fixture.
Yeah.
Because it is different. This one is different than just coming in to say, Leicester or one of the big boys of the division. Certainly last year, if it's Birmingham, this is different. But yeah, I think home advantage is massive. We've been particularly good here. I think the result against Leicester was harsh. We shouldn't have, we haven't lost in months and months, and we shouldn't have lost that game. And I think we're very good here at the moment. And I hope we start as we have done on the front foot, pressing nice and high, and we can cause a few issues early on. Because if you get this place rocking in the first 10 or 15 minutes, it just might unsettle them a little bit, and you might be able to take advantage early in the game.
And Liz, we touched on it before, not a great record recently against Millwall, but this would be massive on many levels, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think one thing we've all learned and we've all sat here and stood here is Nathan's teams normally produce on big games. Every time I've been here, every big game we've had, they turn up, they perform, the crowd get behind them, and we seem to get results. I know we're in the Championship, but I still believe how the manager sets them out and the message he gives to them before the game is quite important, and he seems to every big game give them that right message, and they seem to come out and they seem to fire, and we seem to be winning these games. So I expect us to win the game. I really do. I don't think Millwall they're an okay team, but I expect if we get this crowd behind us and we perform, I think we'll win it.
I was just thinking there, I hope we get a referee that understands.
Yeah.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
And a couple of tackles will fly in, and then he
Should
goes,
fly in.
Yeah, but then he goes, listen lads, I know it's a derby, I know it means a lot, but enough's enough.
Do you think
Calm
they've got
down.
referees like that now, though?
Yeah, I think whoever comes to referee this the weekend, he will realise when he comes and does his warm up, this is a game, and I just hope he he referees it, you know, according to the atmosphere and everything.
Yeah, according to the fixture. Final one, and before we go, Curbs, can you show us your Curbs cans?
Me what?
Curbs cans.
Excuse me? Yeah, no, this is good.
Have you got
It's
them?
good.
They were somewhere.
What's that?
I can't move it up there.
They're not around. Oh,
They're
my
there.
goodness
They're up
me,
there.
after all that.
Oh,
You've
no,
left
don't
them
know.
up there, have you?
Don't know.
Well, can you quickly go and get them, if you don't mind? Because it is...
Curbs' cans.
It's my new line. It's my new line.
Go on, just
It's my
talk.
new line.
Tell us all about Curbs cans.
Curbs cans. Well, I've done a couple of Paddy Power adverts, and for one reason or another, it came up Curbs cans, and they anyway.
Here we go. We've got them here.
So I've done another Paddy Power advert this week, and they filled a fridge up with Curbs cans. Look, so there's one each.
Can I have this, yeah?
No, not really. You got to give it back.
Can you put whiskey in it? Can you put whiskey in it?
It's like he used to be back in the day, like in the centre midfield. He don't give you the ball, he lends you the ball.
Yeah.
You've got to give these back.
Yeah, Curbs cans.
So look at that,
Curbs
Curbs
cans,
cans.
look at that.
That's absolutely brilliant. That really is.
Brilliant, that.
So they had a fridge full of them, so I took a couple.
Was you supposed to, or you...
No, yeah, there's nothing in them.
Look at it.
Right? But no, no, Fred's got to have one.
Yeah, all right,
William,
all right.
William,
We were just looking.
and Max. All getting one each.
He sent the photo. You've got the
getting it back.
fridge full of Curbs cans, haven't you? So
Yeah.
when are you filming?
Done it.
Oh, you've done it already?
Yeah.
Went well?
Yeah, interesting.
Okay, well,
Wait
we're
till you
looking
see it.
forward to it. Indeed.
Wait till
Before
you see
then, it will, of course, though, be the game here at the Valley. By the way, we've just about survived
know.
this.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
leaning against that. Honestly,
I'll be honest with you, my legs are like stuck to the
my
floor.
life insurance has just gone up like that. But anyway, we've just about survived doing it. It's been fun, though, hasn't it?
Always.
No.
He got calmer when the thunderstorm passed over, didn't he?
And let's hope it'll be even more fun at the end of the game at the weekend. Please, if you can come down and support us, we would completely appreciate that. If not, support us from afar. I'll be here just as a fan, not working on Saturday. I'm really looking forward to it, and then hopefully we can celebrate afterwards. What a game it would be. Thanks for your time. Come on, you Addicks.